apologize. I'm here for you, and we are going to be beginning the page audits. Now, before you guys start spamming your handles, take a second, breathe for a second, and I will be giving you guys instructions on how to leave your handles effectively so I don't miss anyone. So again, before you guys start spamming in the chat your handles, the number thing which I want you guys to be doing right now is first leave the reason why you want me to review your handles. On Instagram, up until now, we were doing it a little bit differently. We were doing it first come, first serve basis. But because we have a lot of people in the chat right now, I don't want to miss anyone. That's why please the reason why you'd like me to review your profile, and I will get to it. So the best reasons for reviewing your profile will get a page audit. So in the chat right now, if you want to get your profile reviewed, make sure you leave the reason why you want it reviewed. Okay, let's get started. Let's see what reasons you guys come up with. I will be paying a close attention to it, and we are going to be picking the winners. Okay, people are already starting to fill the chat with reasons. Again, make sure you pay attention to the chat. The best reasons will get the profile audit. I started 1 month ago and I have around 100 followers. I'm not growing and I want to see why. If you're not growing after 1 month, that's completely normal. Growth takes more time. Be patient. Okay, I found my first person to review. Again, I will be doing these consecutively, so make sure you keep posting your reasons so I don't miss you out. The first person we're going to be reviewing is 𝗨𝗨𝗂𝗪𝗀𝗀𝗧. She's one of the first person who has been supporting me on Instagram, and this is my way of giving back. So what I can see right now is the handle and the headline. These are great. You have some kind of branding. You have some kind of keywords. But I would be super careful because 𝗨𝗨𝗪𝗪𝗀, so basically 2/3 of your headline isn't really relevant to your niche. So if someone is searching for baby wolves on Instagram, they most likely are searching for literally baby wolves, not for something related to coding or developer. So in this case, I would probably leave my headline coding developer and fill it basically with all kinds of keywords which are related to my industry. So this would be the first thing which I would do. Then in terms of your bio, I like the fact that you have personality, but for me personally, it just gets a tad too far. I would make sure that my bio is more practical than it is cute or it is personalized. And in your case, it definitely isn't as practical as I would love. So this first line could definitely be removed. You can add this first line inside of your highlights. And then you can make sure that the rest of your bio is basically as strong as possible and turning people who are interested into coding, into developing, in programming, into followers. So this first line is really good. Bite-sized coding tips and tricks. I quite like it. Then I would make sure that I have a second line which adds some further context. So, for example, learn coding or programming in 30 days. So this would be my second line, just to give a few more, to add more context to the first line. I add some type of time frame because time frames make it easier to visualize the benefit for the user. And then I have basically the keyword which would help my audience understand exactly what kind of benefit I'm going to be utilizing them. again, you have two call to action. So in the first case, you have joined my journey through a wonderful world of programming. I presume that this is a call to action to follow you. So I would literally just say, follow me and learn the wonderful world of programming, because people are used to hearing follow, not join my journey. So be as direct as possible, and then remove the links, because this is a two call to action situation. And again, we have commented on this, but you want to make sure you have one call to action. In this case, this would be your bio, and I think that it would be quite a bit more powerful than what you have right now. In terms of your highlights, I can see that you have a lot of highlights, but I would try to limit them to 5 main highlights. People don't really have a lot of time on Instagram. They're scrolling on their feed fast. They're finding new accounts. So you have to make sure that your highlights are direct and helpful as possible. In your case, I believe that you can combine a few highlights, you can remove a few highlights, and make sure that the highlights you have left are as helpful as possible. In terms of your feed and in general your content, I think that you're doing a great job with carousels, but I'd definitely love to see more single images from you, similar to this one. For example, you can make a single image which is 10 free tools for programming, similar to this post which I did. It performed really well, but definitely try to experiment a tad bit more with not only coding terminal posts, not only with carousels, but reels and single images, which on their own are educational and helpful. So I hope that this has been helpful, guys. Again, we're going to be doing these page audits for another 20 minutes at least. If this is helpful, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and let's continue. I'm going to continue reading through your guys' reasons, and make sure you include your handle inside of the comments. Okay, let's continue. To make huge community across the globe by educating people around myself using social media. Okay, that's a great reason. I'm going to be writing it down for the other review, and I'm going to be continuing. So make sure you guys are submitting your reasons for reviews in the chat and including your handles. I found one, I found another. After these two, I will continue with picking reasons. So let's dive straight into the reviews. This is the first profile I have highlighted. It is a language learning profile. There is a lot of profiles which have popped up in this niche recently, and I do believe that there definitely are a lot of opportunities. Now, in terms of your content, I like the fact that you're utilizing carousels. You seem to have a good understanding of carousels. I definitely like what you have been doing with your carousels. The problem wouldn't be in the carousels. The problem would be in these single images, because to me specifically, they don't really bring out that much value. This, for example, this is a true but useless post. Again, something which is part of a DNA challenge, but for me personally, if possible, I would try to either make sure that the single image itself has value or the caption has value. Otherwise, this is a post which will be driving your engagement rate lower and lower. I like the fact that you have reels. Good job on this segment. I think that your content definitely isn't the reason why you're growing slower. You're doing a good job, especially from this post forwards when you rebranded from your previous content. So I quite like what you're doing here. Now let's continue with your bio, which I do feel is the weakest part of the link. Let's copy and paste it. Enjoying and documenting my language journey. I like this, but it is something which is more relevant for a call to action rather than the first line. We discussed this, but people on social media are selfish, so you have to make sure you capture their attention with benefits which are relevant to them. And this definitely isn't something which is relevant. So I would definitely keep this second line as the first line, which is no rush to fluency, and just try to add a tad bit more depth to the benefit that you're saying. So in this case, you're saying no rush to fluency. I would try and do something similar to becoming fluent in your desired language. If you're focusing on multiple language, just if you focus only on one language, for example, Korean, no rush to becoming fluent in Korean. Then these two are again two call to actions. They're battling for attention, so I would choose one. Because you're trying to grow your page, I would probably stick with this, which is let's learn together. And I would probably make it follow me and learn from my language journey. So I'm basically utilizing this sentence. And then I would add another line, which is, again, you need to utilize a different emoji and make sure that this line is something similar to, let's say, I post daily educational content on language learning. And I think that this bio would be a lot more powerful than what you have right now, which is a tad bit confusing for me. I like your profile picture. I think that you can add a few highlights. I like your handle. I like your headline. So the only problem is the bio and the lack of highlights. Let's continue. I have another account which I've picked, which is Health with a heat check. Holistic Health Advisor. This is a great headline. The handle is a tad bit long for me, so if possible, I would try to find the shorter alternatives. So holistic, Abhishek, or health with Abhishek would even be better. So basically find alternatives to the handle you have right now. It's a tad bit long for me. In terms of your bio, you have one sentence which is basically focusing people on the benefit, and then you have another sentence which is a call to action. The only thing which I don't like in your bio is the fact that you're referring to your audience as others. You don't even say that they are people. So this says to me that you haven't really clearly defined who your target audience is, which is a huge negative. So for me, I would really focus on who exactly is your audience. So is it, let's say, women trying to get healthier? Is it men who are trying to lose weight? Who exactly is your target audience? After you have identified that, I would share it in this first line. Let's say I educate men how to improve their health holistically. And then the second line would be through daily or weekly or whatever your posting schedule is on latest science-based health-related articles. So this again is context on the first line. So this way you have three lines. You have showcased exactly who your audience is, and you are utilizing this in your bio. I really like the fact that you're utilizing Reels, you're utilizing IGTV. What I would do is I would probably stay away from IGTV for now, because IGTV is a format which is the best for nurturing your audience, not for growing your audience. And you have just started your Instagram journey, and you need to utilize formats which are basically growing your formats. These formats are single images which can rank on hashtags. These formats are reels which can also rank on hashtags and are being promoted by Instagram super much. Carousels, etc. The main reason which I see your account not growing is probably your content. You have optimized your profile above the fold. The only thing which I would change is basically the bio, the handle, and I would add a few headlines, highlights. But the problem with you is your content in general. I don't feel like you understand what exactly is a good reel. You don't understand what makes a good single image or a carousel. And this is the number one issue with your profile at the moment. Another thing which I can notice is that your posting schedule is a tad bit too spread out. I would try to post at least 3 times per week if you're trying to grow your profile. So these were the 2 people which I chose previously. Let's continue with choosing people from the YouTube chat right now and seeing how we can move forwards. So again, a quick reminder, if you'd like your profile to be audited, make sure you share exactly the reason why you want to be audited in the chat and includes your handle. Okay, I picked another one. Make sure you guys keep on sharing your handles and keep being active in the chat, because if I pick your profile and you're not active or you're not here, you would miss out. Okay, so this is the next profile which I chose, which is Transform with 𝗨𝘀𝗂𝗧𝗂𝗋. From what I understand, you are in the fitness niche, but when I visit your profile, nothing really stands out from the top of the profile that you are helping people lose fat and gain muscles. The profile picture right here doesn't really tell me anything about fitness, or it doesn't really share anything specifically on this topic. So for me, I would try to optimize my profile, even your profile picture. So from the first glance, people understand that you are a fitness coach. Then the next thing would be the headline. You have 30 characters. Make sure that you utilize them as much as possible. You say in your handle that you are 𝗨𝘀𝗂𝗧𝗂𝗋, so this would be useless for me. I would probably say this, your fitness/fat loss coach, and this is 27 characters. A lot more powerful, because it's more specific and it has keywords. So this would be the first thing I would change. Headline. The handle is fine. The profile picture, again, I think that you need to customize it a tad bit more in order for people to understand that you are helping them with fitness. Now, moving on to your bio, again, the problem is that you have two lines which are call to actions are different. So in your case, you have a call to action which is drop your queries, jobs in DMs, and then get in contact for personalized transformation plans or mail. So for me, I would just merge this. So I would say GM me, and then I would say for personalized transformational plans. This said. Now, this makes your bio have only 2 lines, and except me adding an emoji right here, which again should be something relevant to a missile, I would like to add a third line, which is right here in the beginning, in the second line. So I would probably add either social proof element here or element which gives context to the first line. So I would say something like, I have helped men lose weight and gain muscle. And again, this is something which you need to you need to understand who your target audience specifically is, and then you need to call them out in your bio, in your content, in your headline, everywhere, because this makes your content more personalized and thus increases its engagement rate. Now, moving forwards, you have 6 highlights. I definitely believe that you can combine a few of these in order to make them 5. Again, 3 to 5 highlights is the perfect amount of highlights. I would add, if you don't have already, I would add a call to action right here. So thank you for coming this far. I would probably change this and say DM me if you'd like a similar transformational journey. And then I would probably remove some of these highlights, which pretty much say the same thing. So keep your highlights 3 to 5. Keep your first highlight the most important. Have a call to action in your first highlight. I like the fact that you're utilizing different content formats. You have single images, you have reels, you have carousels. Good job on this. The only thing which I don't like is the fact that you have so many different visual styles. So try to find specific images which you use across your whole profile. So this image right here is looks really as a stock photo image. This is vector style. This is a more different style of image which doesn't really look that much to a stock photo. So I'll try to identify what kind of images resonate with my target audience and to utilize only them. Okay, I hope that you guys are finding this helpful. We have time for one more profile audit, so let's make it a valuable one. I will pick one person from the chat right now. You have, let's say, 40 more seconds to leave your comment with the reason why you'd like your profile to be audited. And I will pick one of you guys. Okay. Again, if you guys don't have the chance to get audited today, I will be doing these lives weekly or bi-weekly. So nothing to be worried about. I will be here and I will be helping the community as much as possible. Okay, let's continue. Okay. I really like what Adu has said here, which is he has identified what the common problem between people is, and one of the most common problem is that people don't know exactly how to nail down on one specific content type. So they're spreading themselves too thin, and this is hurting their growth, because Instagram needs to understand who your target audience is and what type of content you're creating. That way they can connect you with other accounts similar to yours. For example, if I am in marketing, Instagram can connect me with other marketing accounts, and that way they will promote my profile and I can gain more followers. This is the one side of the things. The other side of the things is the fact that Instagram is, okay, they can find out who your target audience is and who to promote you from a lot of different data points, but your audience doesn't. So you have to nail down your audience. You have to nail down a few content formats you stick to in order for your audience to understand exactly if you can help them or not. If I'm posting content about designing, then I'm posting content about marketing, then I'm posting content about coding. There's no way in hell that either coders, designers, or marketers find my account relevant, because I'm spreading myself too thin. So this is the problem with Agil has showcased, and that's why I chose his profile for this review. So he is into photography, interior design, art, and other creative stuff. Multiple content. Let's dive into creativity. So this is the #1 issue Agil is facing. I would probably find one specific category, let's say photography in general, and I would try to merge it with another one. So in this case, I would merge photography with interior design. I would say that I am a photographer who is focusing only on interior design. And this way you can utilize two of your passions with one account. So in this case, I would literally change everything from the handle, from the headline. Let's just copy and paste these here and let's get started. So in this case, you can utilize either your full name in the handle as you have utilized right now, or you can say a keyword and your handle. This would be a lot more powerful. Then in terms of your headline, you want to make sure you have, again, something which is relevant to your new found industry, interior photography. This can be something which you can utilize. Then in your bio, you have to make sure that the first line of your bio is focusing on the benefit for the user. The second line gives context, and the third line is a call to action. So let's start with the call to action, which can be follow me for beautiful interior design photography. The second line, now the first line can be something which is more relevant to how you can help people. So if you're going to be helping them by showcasing beautiful pictures, that's fine. If you want to educate people about interior photography, that's fine as well. This is something which you need to understand about yourself. And then from that point onwards, you need to showcase inside of your Instagram profile. So again, you need to really dive deep if you want to have a career as an educator, or if you want to have a career as a photographer. This is up to you. But let's just say that you are going to be focusing on educating other people on how to take beautiful interior photography. So this would be my first line. I teach people how to take beautiful interior design pictures. I post daily content on photography. Follow me for beautiful interior photography. So this can be your bio. Again, I would utilize a call to action which is centered around growth, in this case following, because that way you can grow your profile faster. And then when you get to a point in which you have, let's say, 1,000 followers, 5,000 followers, you can change your call to action to, for example, GMs, inquiries, getting more clients, but only after you have already reached your goals. So focus on one goal at a time. Make sure you focus your profile on one niche for the algorithm and for your audience. And then from that point onwards, you can continue to expand. You can continue to understand what your audience wants and nail down your presence even further. I hope that this has been helpful for you guys. I will be doing these lives as much as possible. If this was helpful, please leave a thumbs up so I know that you guys want to see more of these. And if I haven't had the time to review your profile, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, as I'm going to be doing these every other week. Thank you so much for your attention, guys. I thoroughly enjoyed our conversation. Thank you for being here and staying to the end. Have a great rest of your day.